Attention all ground-bound associates across Arcadia. Look skyward with pride
And
in that
Ocelot has
brilliant
ever
speck
been
in
greatly
Elysium
fond of
orbit.
lurkers.
That's the
Imbeciles! How did you let Azza get this far? Stop her! She means to assassinate me!
The undisputed claim has been our home office away from home ever since we acquired it during the merger with Spacer's Choice in Tau Ceti. Aboard, you'll find top-of-the-line facilities, from hangar bays to mess halls to the medical wing, where battle-scarred troops are rebuilt better than new and promptly redeployed. Challenges and life support are rare, not worth mentioning. It's home to a cross-section of our corporate hierarchy, from our beloved CEO herself in her tower officeplex to the bottom rungers in the bowels of the ship. All traversed with a convenient tram system. Knockback drinks.
Dagmar would never let herself be cornered. She's sure to have an escape route. We should find it.
Handshake deals. But don't hobnob unduly. We all have work to do and a solar system to liberate. Everyone get to work. Your home office away from home will be waiting for you when the job is done. Now, on to other things. I consider this song a real standout number. Assuming you have taste, you should. Well,
Ah! You're still alive! Now, let's not be too hasty here. You seem a rational person. There must be something we can do to resolve this peacefully. Please don't let Azza get her hands on me.
Why are you talking to them, Dagmar? I'm the one you must answer to.
Year of 55 on Old Tau Ceti Prime, a mile beneath the methane ice, way down in the mine.
What? Why? Fine. But you are only prolonging the inevitable.
I must say, I am in favor of prolonging the inevitable myself.
Accidents happen, it's part of the
What I did for the greater good, to save the colony, all at the consul's behest. It was my duty as a loyal subject to the true protectorate. What other reason need there be? And Azza, she was an obvious choice. So lost, so dead inside, so in need of guidance. But then, she went berserk. I never imagined how she'd take to the killing and mayhem. You brought me great praise from the consul. Until you started asking questions and killing the wrong people.
ripped a valve in a chemical plant gloom. Brown sludge flooded the place. The vat manager chanced the
Enough of this blathering on. It's well past time for Dagmar and her life to part ways. As I told you before, there's only death for those who would betray the cult. She's dead.
management regrets your loss, but hey, that's all when
As am I. Our enthusiasm got the better of us. She should have suffered more. It was too quick a death for one who betrayed not only me, but the whole of the Dawn. Now that Dagmar is dead, I'll be leading the Dawn into the glorious future.
from the boardroom to the bottom rung, this is Wireless Free Arcadia.
True. There may be those that do not accept my leadership, but they will die. The Dawn is too important to disband. What little risk any of them may pose doesn't concern me. I can send out a general message from here, informing the cells that the previous Exalted Leader has betrayed us and has been dealt with, and that I am now in charge. I suspect some will simply jump into the closest rift. And to be perfectly candid, I'm hoping there are more than a few that refuse to acknowledge their new leader. Enough to keep my knife skills up, at least.
Alrighty then, it's well past time for more merry melodies.
Hey, you there!
It's done. Let's leave this place. It sickens me.
It's the only cigar that says I'm in charge. It's enough. Wentworth, Belvedere Stout. When they see me coming, they shout. Perchance a glance at me with these. They know that I'm a VIP. It's a Wentworth Stout, and it says with pride that I'm a one top bonafide. In any crowd, I'm sure to stand out with an Uncle Wentworth Belvedere.
She's just the best choice. It's Auntie's choice.
Broadcasting only the most profitable news, music, and honest product endorsements. This is Wireless Free Arcadia, the voice of...
Liquored up
There
on.
are so many reasons to shop for anti-stress products. We have products for every budget, from the most extravagant to the most bit-minded of customers.
Great was their
Free taste. And imagine hints of
With both eyes open.
but that we can sell you recipes for. We are also the only retailers for parasite-free purple berries.
The term parasite-free indicates the fact that any kind of parasite found in an Auntie's Choice product is provided free of charge and is not the property of Auntie's Choice or its subsidiary companies, and the eating of said parasite absolves Auntie's Choice of any legal responsibility in perpetuity throughout the galaxy. Now, upward and onward. This is one of my favorites, though admittedly I'm far from discerning. Inspiring sponsored content that... Inspiring sponsored content that will boost you to the top rung, plus all the news that's fit for listening. This is Wireless Free Arcadia. Stop all your moving and shaking, go-getters. I have news you need to know right now.
Not to pry, Agent Ibarra, but you appear to be suffering more discomfort than usual at the moment.
How'd you know? Most folks can't suss it out unless I'm looking.
Just an occupational habit, dear. I admit I'm accustomed to seeing the world through a lens of exploitable
VP was nearly killed by the rift while on a business trip.
vulnerabilities. Meant no offense.
No offense taken, Marisol.
Luckily, she escaped in a last-minute dramatic fashion.
Directorate trained me much the same.
Such as our own corporate fixers for hire. Checklist.
Ain't easy, is it?
We're here in
This is
Scuttlebutt that the
places to pinch and twist.
Very true, dear. It's a valuable skill in nearly every circumstance, except perhaps light conversation. I do hope your discomfort improves, though.
dilemma, turning a potential liability into an asset. Think of the potential. Then submit your ideas to your department head. Now, on to other things. Now, here's a song to take your mind off your worries. Unless you're being hunted by a pack of Raptidons or some such.
Shake a tough day that you wanna forget. Wake the next morning, not a trace of regret. When you drink purple berry tequila, make the most of what you are. Take a ride on that purple worm when you drink purple berry tequila. When you drink purple berry tequila.
Say, looking for big fruity flavor and plausible deniability for your own whereabouts? Then take a ride on the with Purple Berry Tequila.
Free with just a dash of ambidextrine.
When you drink purple berry tequila.
It's loaded with added.
And now, a word from our sponsors.
Auntie's Choice Chum Bar is a delicious new food-adjacent snack from the maker of meaty roll-ups and spectrum leavings.
Halt! Bye-bye. See, don't know who you all are, but unexpected guests are categorically unwelcome here. How'd you even find this place? Maybe I should just shoot you and glean details from your logs.
Ah, Exemplar, if I may. Surely you recognize such a notable member of our cohort, Marisol Delgado. The End Point?
I can't recall if I ended whoever came up with that name. Surely hope so.
You were head causality intercessor of the Department of Preemptive Causal Redirection, right up till the end, correct?
More or less.
Well, what a fortuitous alignment of low probability events this is. Our efforts here are based on your former department. You should confer with Ancrus Brunn straight away.
We actually sought to find you and others of your program, Intercessor Delgado. A serendipitous event, you arriving. Assuming you'll vouchsafe for your colleagues, you may all proceed. You'll find Wilhelmina up the lift, 4th floor.
Welcome to Point Obviation.
One day.
Ancrus Brunn is continuing Anais research from Winter's Grass. I'm sure of it. Best play along for now, until we can ascertain the best course of action.
I'm with Marisol. Given the security here, we don't tread lightly. Leaving peacefully might not be an option later.
For you.
Look, everyone! It's the endpoint. Come to join us, I take it.
I do have a unique interest in what you all are doing here.
I am a longtime vocal exponent of your work, Intercessor Delgado.
Doubt the Anchoress will walk away from the research lightly. They require some aggressive convincing.
Oh, who's this? Oh, yes, I remember you. We met earlier at the site of my former seclusion. I've heard much of your exploits since. If I recall correctly, you helped me prove my argument that pacifism always presents the best options. I admit I have modified that opinion slightly since then. I understand your actions led to Seer Wiley's unfortunate demise. Such a bright boy, such promise. And as for you, I've been informed that you're Marisol Delgado. I've read your file. An impressive body of work, though often quite mortiferously inclined.
Less so over time. There were too many pesky repercussions, I came to find.
Yes, well, to what do we owe the pleasure? Are you familiar with our goals? Come to join up, perhaps, or should I say re-enlist? Surely you're aware of the myriad errors of our current presiding bishop and previous regime. One of whom shut down the division that operated here, the other squandered it. Our sect aims to end human suffering, sooner than later. We've taken great inspiration from your former department, from their methods and their science. To solve the universal equation in our lifetime requires bold action, clever calculation, and assiduous work. Yes, we have Grace, that is Exemplar Southworth, to thank for that. Her visits to the Angerhold were quite thought-provoking, as was the research she showed me from Sia Bujold. Bujold's thinking was unconventional, ahead of her time. Why, in fact, she's here with us now today, overseeing an experiment that proves her researcher's theories.
Really? Seer Bujold is here, at present, in this facility? The one we're presently standing in?
Yes, we're so very pleased to have her. If you thought her work before was captivating, wait until you hear the experiment she's overseeing now. The intent is to represent the building blocks of the universe within a test chamber, then extrapolate data revealing the universal equation from the micro-universe that forms.
Sounds like it could change everything, one might say.
Why, you should go see for yourself. As former colleagues, I'm sure you'd like to reacquaint. Go on. I'll call down to let her know you're coming. Yes, she's monitoring the experiment. I'll have elevator access unlocked so you can join her. Do please stay in the observation area, though. The work is quite delicate. We'll speak further after you check over Seer Bujold's work and the experiment concludes. Oh, so excited. Thought you were heading to assist Seer Bujold downstairs.
How much longer do you predict prep?
Head Intercessor Delgado. What an opportune time for you to appear. At the perfect moment to assist our experiment. What in the endless void are you? Shh. Comms off, but others are near. I need your aid before this ridiculous affair careens into disaster. Can I rely on you this time? Or will you already intend on scurrying away again? I came to derail this line of inquiry in such a discommodious way that no one would ever consider trying it again. For all the aforementioned reasons of it likely causing, or at least queuing up and leading to, the end of all things. You chose to leave me behind, again. So when they came calling, I thought it an opportunity to sort it all myself. Yet, admittedly, at this moment, I could use your assistance.
This shouldn't be your burden. It's on me.
You don't get to decide that, or adjudicate, or coolly comment in a steely growl. Not falling for that a 10th time. Help, or stay out of my way. The test involves 4 stations. Each represents one of the fundamental building blocks of the universe. Zeranium gas, macro-ivs, nucleons, N-rays. All the usual stuff. That test chamber is where all are meant to mix. To simulate a mini-universe I can apply my theories to, pull data from, and deduce the universal equation in a reduced time frame. We know what happens if that's successful, so I need you to muck with each station's settings, then initiate the experiment. All you need to do is adjust each station's settings slightly. Things will cascade from there. Remember, subtlety is required.
Yes, if we alter the experiment input data in a less than delicate fashion, Brun will notice, I assure you.
The guards on the 2nd floor won't appreciate visitors, so avoid getting spotted. Here's a maintenance key. Head down the vent. It's only the fate of the galaxy riding on it, so perhaps try to be careful.
Nature heedlessly assembled and vastly rebettered it through artificial means. At Auntie's Choice, we strive to be 110% wholly plus artificial. Artificiality is our guiding principle. Enjoy an artificially enhanced existence through the conspicuous consumption of unavoidable embedded chemicals. With Auntie's Choice.
Now, back to it. This one goes out to all those aspiring to climb the rungs of their department. May you ascend swiftly through talent or guile.
The following is a special selection from Auntie the Musical, the all-singing dramatization of Auntie's inspiration.
Unfriendly nearby.
The other day, I stumbled into the right-wrong lift on the ACS. And who did I see riding with me? The self-made market legend herself. Paragon of do-it-yourself. Slayer of unlucrative bureaucracy. I highest rung on our great new meritocracy.
I'm no tenured archivist, but that sounds dangerously
I said, Auntie, a moment of your
unstable.
time. Have you
Oh well.
or about a brother who's lost on the climb? See, I tried my best to urge her because I rose before the merger. So all full of confidence, I asked her, how do I find success in Auntie's school?
Something wrong back there?
The old corporate thinking will only leave you single. Listen, child, take it straight from me. This term, self-betterment, makes you 110% everything you ever hoped to be. We've got an improved outlook, a revolutionary corporate. So shortly, you and I will all get rich.
She said, persuade them that a better me liberates society. Sell them on a new time to improve yourself, enhance the whole. Get that raise and natural gold and ignore all told. Monopolize for price control, that's our highest goal. Then buy our corporate way. Convince them and increase your sway. Make them do what we say. I saw time for one more lesson, so I shot her one last question. I said, but I worry about reprisals when dealing with my rival. Suppose I can't outdo or outthink the bastards. She said,
If all else fails, kill the bastards. They're playing checkers. You're playing chess. They think you'll retreat, but that's when you press the king.
Can't check enemy like just turtle.
A cutthroat.
do what you can and do what you must to get far ahead, but never decide. Do what you must and do what you can. So never get caught. Never get caught. Never get caught. Never get caught. Oh, never get caught. Never get caught. Never get caught. My corporate seal has been revived. Soon enough,
Path to ascendancy is no
our time has come to an end.
Empirical data required.
For her time and smiling, she said,
This is how
Investigating
you
disturbance.
There's no such thing as free advice, dear.
Aborting search.
If you're done, void the oxygen on the terminal and the experiment will begin.
Featuring product advertisements specifically tailored to free-thinking individuals. Auntie's Choice values its employees. You represent a significant investment in human capital. Without you, we would have to hire someone else at current rates and greater expense. So let's start with the fiscal quarter. Babylon Todd. We're going above for sabotage.
Did it work? Did it work? See, Bouchard, was it a success? What happened?
Hold the applause just yet. I need to run the numbers. I'm sending the others back up to you. They can describe the proceedings in detail.
I shall await their arrival. Anchor's Brun out. That is how these messages end, yes? If not, farewell.
The results of the experiment will be a career-ending embarrassment for Anchoress Brun. But she won't accept this lightly. We'll need to do more.
Yes, our next steps here will be crucial. I know this type of mission well. Granted, my targets were always meticulously well-researched beforehand.
You'll need to convince her, destroy her logic, end this research for good. All it requires is a forceful array of incisive argumentation, logical reasoning, coercive persuasion, and cognitive contortioning.
You mean one of our old brain-off maneuvers? Really? That's what the rank and file in our old department used to call it. Provost Bolding considered it a casual moniker unbefitting of an order scientician.
Make Brun give up on science, logic, and reason entirely. Then no one will ever dare continue the research again. Between you and Marisol, it should be a light challenge. Easy.
A brain-off against an Order anchorite isn't entirely without risk. We could employ certain other methods to deal with her. From our former department's playbook.
Oh, yes, a book you wrote titled Making an Execution Look Like an Accident. Despite the moral quandary ideally involved, unseen consequences still abound.
That's hyperbolic at best. Data suggests significantly fewer unpredicted outcomes than outright murder, if properly executed. And I'm quite capable of skewing results in our favor.
And here I thought you'd begun to change.
I'm not arguing it's the best option, just that it is an option. Rightly or wrongly, I am familiar with the cost involved.
The Order of the Ascendant should be dedicated to uplifting humanity, not racking up a body count unduly. Our former department was shut down for things like this.
I've seen plenty of folks shot. Never seen a logic bomb brain off. That's getting my vote.
Success isn't guaranteed. A fair degree of cleverness is required. But you would have the help of someone reasonably intellectually nimble.
I would be willing and on hand to assist. And the other option would remain if we botch it.
Seems reasonable. Appreciate you listening. Murder shouldn't be our first option here. Too many drawbacks, both mathematically and ethically.
Honestly, I'm relieved as well. I have been trying to be different. From the person others believe me to be.
From the legend? If you're retiring as the endpoint, we'll need to find you a colorful new sobriquet. Typical argumentation may prove useless, and she'll likely see through most attempts at deception. Be clever, unpredictable, surprise her. But in the event you should fail, you'll need a viable backup plan, or it will erase any chance of success completely. The Anchoress is housed in a test chamber similar to this one. It's been refurbished with some rather tacky furniture, but much of the old experimental apparatus remains. There is a hatch near the elevator upstairs. An external ledge leads to a vent system that can connect the two chambers. Doing so will expose the Anchoress to a lethal atmosphere. I'll need to make an announcement afterward that an accident has occurred tied into the experiment.
For an extemporaneous plan, it's not a bad one. What if the Anchoress realizes what we're doing and calls for help?
I'll cut off her comms when she begins pleading. Oh, that sounds even more heartless when I say it out loud. Please choose wisely. Here's the hatch key in case you need it. May all your endeavors elicit expected results. And Marisol. Do keep
Salt tuna skin, nana peels, and tobacco husks for the perfect combination of crunchy and chewy.
Try it today.
And something extra bar to share with a chum.
Right. Moving on. I consider this song a real standout number. Assuming you have taste, you surely will as well.
Crab witch, sandwich makes some crab, makes a mighty fine tree. Crab witch, the sandwich you want to eat. A crabble sandwich is so easy to eat, but only once our chemistry's just processed the meat to turn the bottom feeder into instant lunch. It's quite the
There you are. You saw the experiment through to the end, yes? The data hasn't arrived yet, so please do tell. Was it as beautiful as I imagined? Any inklings to the result? Or perhaps I oughtn't to have recloistered myself till after the experiment concluded, Well, don't just stand there. Tell me everything.
you want to eat.
Some issues? You seem like softening the blow. Was there a malfunction? Was there some error in the calculations? Wait. Let's start from the beginning. Step me through your understanding of what's gone awry. Really? In what way? Did Seer Bujold fail to explain? Using her theorem, we can map the position and path of every atom in a simulated universe, then extrapolate that to solve the equation. This was just a start. Such models typically make an enormous amount of errors at first. All quite expected, an anticipated setback, nothing more. It simply needs to be revised and refined. You certainly seem to be making a lot out of this, though, one must say. I miss her skepticalness and insight. If we could agree on a topic, there could be little doubt in its logic and rectitude. Look, there may be some validity to some of your points, yes. But we'll improve. We will continue to stride forward. There's absolutely no need for all this doom and gloom. Oh, is one of you a seer now? Because I put considerable more stock in the prognostications of the Order's prime mathematicians than I do any old run-of-the-mill soothsayer. Now, is that all? Because I think I've had enough of all this. Everything we've done here is built off Seer Bujold's research, which is quite brilliant. Really? Will I become a laughingstock among my peers? Have the whispered jeers begun already? No, calm down. Breathe. You've faced setbacks before. Ah, the experiment data just arrived in my terminal. Allow me to eyeball it a moment. Perhaps there's something here to help prove or disprove any of what you've been saying. Everything seemed within acceptable parameters. No discernible variance. So why did it fail? Oh, come now. One bad test doesn't mean the science is completely flawed. Does it? This has been a difficult conversation. Challenging, disputatious, at times compelling. Yet I remain unswayed.
If I may, I have a point I'd like to add. There's a critical flaw in Sir Bujold's approach I think best illustrated by this English phrase. Time flies like an arrow. Fruit flies like a banana. I much appreciate this jest. Very simple, yet clever. Because in English, the word like can mean similar to or I prefer. And flies can be to soar, or plural of the insect. Through this perspective, it functions, makes sense, is humorous even. But in another language where words' meanings differ slightly, it does not. The framework we interpret the statement from changes, thus rendering it uninterpretable. False. Bujold's method of shortcutting the universal equation is much the same.
It lacks context. When you extrapolate the data from the mini-universe to the larger one, the information itself may scale correctly, but fail to interrelate. This little colloquy has proven rather arduous, and your points fail to... Wait. Considered as a whole... Damn it. No, I see it now. You are correct. We have obstinately and misguidedly blundered along here. The flaws in Bujold's research now seem apparent. Time for me to admit my errors. I'll need to inform everyone. Shut down research and operations. What will I do now? There's no place for me. Go. Leave me be.
Our work here is done, it seems.
Plus, also a decent time on the 100-yard sprint.
Fellow scholars of the Order, this is Anchorus Brun. With an unfortunate announcement. Our experiment today was a failure. Our line of inquiry has proven intrinsically flawed. We became dazzled by bold, captivating ideas and ignored bad science. All related research. I understand now why they say never meet your heroes, Intercessor Delgado. You've truly been an enormous disappointment. A key experiment fails and Anchorus Brun abandons vital research right after you and your consort arrive. And we are all to believe these events were unrelated?
That's circumstantial and more than a mite bit paranoid. I expect better from an Order scientician. Even one from the Department of Applied Scientism.
Don't think I don't see your handprints all over this, Delgado. Oh, I'm sure you did much to assist. I'm not buying it. The Anchoress, poor trusting soul that she was, may have believed you were here in good faith. But I don't. You're looking more and more like enemies to me. Fascinating. You know, I reviewed that work myself, right? I'm well versed in manipulative prevarication from feckless mutineers. Try again. Or try facing a gauntlet of well-trained exemplars. I could always choose for you. Really? You don't say. I know you're to blame. I just wanted to see how far you were gonna take this. I can't believe Anchorus Brun fell for any of it. Fellow exemplars of the Order, commence hostilities!
Give the order
Approaching target. Combatant scan. Adversary vulnerabilities identified. scopes for combatant analysis. Target analyzed. Lay down fire.
She's just a Ben choice. It's Auntie's choice.
Broadcasting only the most
Have a fix on their weaknesses.
as a graduate subject considered choice. You might be wondering.
Standing by to stupefy.
Risks for rewards. To ensure your transition from subservient thraldom to unlimited
Let me know when you needed a stretch.
shelter and medical care. No such thing as a free lunch.
Causation determined. Into the integration process.
Taking cover. Adversary vulnerabilities identified. Exposure levels untenable. I have a fix on their weaknesses.
Elevating the time. Extrapolating.
Target analyzed. Lay down fire. Check your scopes for combatant analysis.
When you drink Purple Bear tequila.
Say, looking for big fruity flavor and plausible deniability for your own whereabouts? Then take a ride on the Purple Bread Worm with Purple Berry Tequila.
When you drink Purple Bear tequila.
Additives and preservatives, made with 100% real artificial purple coloring, it has a little added kick to get you going in the morning.
Oh, look who it is. The legendary former head intercessor of the Order. Another mission successfully completed. Made it through all that without a scratch, hmm? Glad to see. Here's a future I'd always hoped for. You listened. Didn't just rush in like, I am Marisol Delgado. I am always right, even when I'm wrong.
The credit or blame belongs to the commander here. It was their decision, ultimately.
You forget I know you. You always thought you knew better. No one could ever convince you of anything. Before, that is. Good to see. Maybe you are facing yourself.
There are a few things I'm still not used to saying. I was wrong. I'm sorry. Please. And thank you. But thank you, Anais.
At any rate, I'm off. You all take care now. Marisol, don't be too enigmatic or anything. Try. Before I forget. Meant to give you this earlier.
Oh, thank you. Anais? Goodbye. Oh, Brunn obviously murdered her. Thought you knew that. Perhaps it was an accident. Perhaps she simply wanted to knock Chow unconscious so she could sneak away. Or not. Indefinite immurement isn't for everyone. Even the finest minds may crack under the strain. But her canned, feigned concern about Chow, how she kept changing the subject, both belied an underlying sense of guilt to me. Oh, not really. Not yet, at any rate. Everything's a bit raw right now. But suppose I will be. Thank you, dear.
Seer Bujold sure was something. Hope you didn't take any of her harsher comments to heart.
She's just the best choice. It's Auntie's choice.
You're tuned to Wireless Free Arcadia. For
Commander,
melodies and
I've had some time to cogitate over what occurred at Point Obviation. Some parts don't sit right with me still. Wonder if you and I might talk it through.
Why settle when you can thrive?
A bit, yes. With the work I used to do, I'm no stranger to guilt and regret. Midway into my requisite sleep cycle is when it usually plagues me the most. With Anchris Brunn, I know what we did was right. I know it saved lives. But we tricked her. Forced her to doubt her mind. You heard her. She's not just dissuaded. We broke her. And yet, such actions were par for the course for me in the past. When my remorse for Brunn rears its head, it will need to get in line.
Go make something of yourselves. Live a life that's larger.
Yes, Southworth was complicit. And now she's dead.
Against a hostile.
Well, one hopes. According to Anais, we greatly reduced the likelihood of that occurring. It's not zero, but completing the brain off lowered the chance significantly.
And now, back to it. This one goes out to all those aspiring to climb the rungs of their department.
Let's say there are no present perils from my romantic past I'm aware of, though I can't rule it out completely. No, I'm thinking more about Anais. She seemed pleased that we listened to her concerns, so I've changed, apparently, thanks to you. It's been a while since anyone gave me a good talking to like Anais did, and I'll admit your influence has been rather positive. I'm pleased with the path I'm on now. I didn't think this is what the plan had in store for me. I've been facing myself with the same zeal I face my enemies. With tidier results. Appreciate you taking the time to talk it over, Commander.
Red and green and black and blue,
Milky white and orange too.
yellow, even violet.
Spectrum makes you smile, yeah.
Drink it, drink it, drink it, drink it, drink it down. Pick it up, tip it up, plug it down. It's Fizzo, Fizzo, love Fizzo, Fizzo, Spectrum Vodka.
It's strange how I ended up here, leading the cult. If I hadn't started traveling with you, I may have spent my days hunting down the members I thought traitors and never realized it was Dagmar until too late. You may not have noticed, but I have a tendency to be a little impulsive, reckless, even. Don't worry, I take my new role seriously. The cult needs me. They need my certainty. It was my deep faith that brought me through this trial, and it is my faith that will restore them. And I'm not discounting your part in all this. Like I said, without you, I'd be dead. The cult in ruins.
When I first got assigned to your team, I was beside myself with excitement. Since then, you've really proven yourself every bit of the legend I hoped you would be. I've come to respect you, Commander. Not just as a leader, but as a, well, as a friend, too. I'm glad to hear it. Would have had some real grease on my face if you didn't. It was just me and Val for so long. I kind of forgot what it was like having someone else I could rely on. It's been real nice having you at my side. Not to get too maudlin, but I'm used to losing the people who mean the most to me. I just want you to know I'm not gonna let that happen this time. Might have been a questionable decade in there, but yeah, more or less. Anyway, that's all I wanted to say. This can be a thankless job sometimes. Didn't want you going a day longer without knowing how much you mean to me. And to Val, too. It was less merger and more hostile takeover. I don't have all the details, but it sounds like Spacer's Choice tried to outmaneuver Auntie Cleo through quasi-legal means and got a hell of a lot more than they bargained for. And now her new brand's been turned into an invasion force bent on conquering the entire system. Funny how life works out. Always up for a little backfence talk, though I'm guessing you don't mean Val. Underneath that friendly old lady facade, Marisol's a killer. Best we not forget that. Though I will say seeing Anais again seemed good for her. She's trying for peace these days, at least. Strange time to adopt pacifism, but I admire the effort. I think she'd have a hell of a time passing the Directorate psychological screening. Don't much care for all her talk about disembowelment, neither. Truth be told, I don't know her all that well. Reckon she's unmoored and grabbing for anything that feels like purpose, same as the rest of us. At least that's what I would say if I was feeling charitable. Most days, I'd send her out the airlock if it came to a vote. Sure thing. I trust you've got particulars in mind.
All the tastiest parts. Ears to hocks and rears to tits. Efficient means we make more bits. Forced worst, oh forced worst. It's not the worst unless it's forced worst, oh forced worst. Grab a can today.
It appears Horizon Point Station is still in the process of being reconstituted. The rift itself is also more unstable than ever. As a result, landing closer to the location of the Protectorate's large-scale rift anomaly modulator is not possible. In order to modify it with the rift data you processed in the archive, you will need to travel to its location on foot and seize it from Protectorate control. The energy readings from the modulator can be traced to the Sovereign's flagship, Providence, hovering on the far side of the station. Hypothesizing. Given Protectorate hierarchy and the recent announcement about the Sovereign's mental refreshment, this is likely the Consul's doing. He will need to be stopped.
But to what end is he working here? The Consul I once knew would never act so recklessly.
Intimidation is not required. Protectorate subjects are not programmed to question authority. Warning. The rift is growing dangerously unstable. Using the rift modulator on board the Providence is the only way to prevent certain destruction of the colony.
I can foresee a few likely instances where you could use my skills and experience.
Once the modulator is secured, it may be used to close the rift and save Arcadia and all those in its orbit. There is minimal room for error, Commander. Good luck.
Grab a can today.
This is all wrong. The Protectorate is perverting the inviolate nature of the rifts. This cannot go unpunished.
Yes, that's definitely the Sovereign's ship.
Everything's broken here. Wires, twisted, landing.
The mayhem!
Charging boosting.
Enemy in the liberation range.
Target analyzed. Combatant scan. Adversary vulnerabilities identified. On their weakness. Pain isn't always subtle with its warnings, is it now?
sort this out with the rift modulator. You still possess that shield modulator, yes?